How do you prepare an image in Photoshop to use on a laser cutter to then eventually use in printmaking? Laser cutters are great for cutting out fine details in wood that then can be sealed with shellac and inked up and used in a printing press. Here I have an existing woodcut and I want to duplicate it. This is in the public domain from the New York Public Library collection. If you've never explored the New York Public Library Digital Collections, you can search for only public domain, and you can actually find different woodcuts that are pretty cool. Then you can cut them out on the laser cutter, and instead of having a laser print of this, you can actually pull a print or even modify this. It's a great place to start to learn this technique of using a laser cutter for printmaking. Once you've selected an image you like, then bring it into Photoshop. We need to do two things. We need to up the contrast and invert the image. Inverting the image is simple. We can simply add an adjustment layer and called invert. Now the image is inverted. But notice that we have this blue area here. We really want that to be 100% black because those are the parts that the laser cutter is going to cut out. Remember that we want to see this image. So that means we need to cut away the parts that are white. Currently, it'll cut away the parts that we want to see. So we invert this by using an invert adjustment layer. We can also use a black and white adjustment layer by clicking the adjustment layer and then black and white. Now we have it as black and white, but if I get the eyedropper and I click and sample different colors, notice in my color palette that it's not 100% black. So this is a problem. We really want that to be 100% black. An easy way to do this is just go ahead and add another adjustment layer, this time curves. Here we can see where the information of the image is. There's a great tool in curves. We can use this hand tool and then just select this area right here with the eyedropper, and you can see it over on the curves. If I select this area, then I can just bring it down. So I'm just going to make that darker. And then I can look over here and try to find an area that's white. Notice that this white isn't fully white. I can just bring that up. And we can zoom in a bit and see exactly how that is working. Now we have a much higher contrast image. If I use this eyedropper, notice that this is going to be fully black or white depending on what we're selecting. Another thing you may want to do is straighten and crop it. There are many ways to straighten this. You could simply use the free transform. So if I select this layer at the very bottom and then unlock it, I'll see the free transform controls. If I hold Control or Command, I can adjust the perspective. But this is kind of a little wonky, so I'm going to undo that. Another way to do it is select the layer, Edit, Perspective Warp. Just draw a box over the image, then zoom into each corner. Press spacebar to move, and then just line up these pins with the corners of the image that you want to straighten. Look at all four corners, and then when you're done, select Warp, and simply click this box right here at the top left. That will make everything straight. Click the check mark, press Control or Command 0 to zoom out. Now I will crop the image, selecting the crop tool, bring this up, and now you notice that all the edges and the sides are parallel with the crop tool rather than being just a little skewed. Then bring this file into your laser cutting program so you can prepare to cut a laser cut and then take it to the print press. Happy printmaking!